Welcome to a very special edition of the Nightmare Hour. I'm your host, the Nightmare Man. Alongside with me is the ghoulish but gorgeous Princess Diva of the Dead.
Hello.
Folks, we're just going to get this out in the open real quick before we go any further. Due to a lot of things that we have going on here in the near future that's out of our control, this will be the final show of the Nightmare Hour, episode 20.
Right.
We can just go on and on and on about what's going on here at the house, but we'll just tell you basically in a nutshell, we really are swamped nowadays with a lot of things here in the near future. Of course, our wedding is coming up as well.
Yep.
And it gets to the point where it's too much for us. So this is episode 20. We had a good run, and we just wanted to, before we go any further, we just wanted to say thank you to all the supporters of the Nightmare Hour. You guys have been great to us. Stuck with us. But, all things must come to an end. So, with that, we say, April Fools! Hey, you suckers! You didn't think you was gonna get rid of us that easy, did you?
I bet you anything Nick was shitting his pants.
I bet everybody's jaws dropping. Why are they doing this?
Nick was probably screaming at the computer.
Hey, April Fools, everybody, and welcome to a special April Fools edition of the Nightmare Hour.
I know the show is not being canceled.
No, you ain't getting rid of our asses that easily. Oh man, and here you are doing this. You was trying to keep a straight face while I was talking.
Laughing.
I had to stop looking at you because I was gonna start laughing myself. Oh nope, folks, that's it. April Fools, we got that out of the road. Everybody start breathing now. Some people are probably having a cardiac arrest, but that's what hospitals are for.
It worked out great with us being busy over the weekend, and we could wait for Sunday for the show.
Yeah, we do get busy around here, but we don't get that busy. We eventually can't get a show out for you.
We had a cookout yesterday. You made lots of burgers and dogs, and we had
to postpone the show until today, which is only fitting because of April Fools. We thought that worked out just great. So.
And it's more quiet around here today. We don't have Scary Mary, and we put the cat outside.
Yeah, Damien's outside.
Man, he's been something today, right?
He's been wonderful. But hey, gang, how you doing? Oh, they're going to kick our asses.
They're going to strangle us.
They're going to kick our ass.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, now that that's out of the road, let's see. Mark that off. Canceling of the show.
Okay, Nick,
quote,
you can pick
unquote.
your heart back up off the floor.
Woo!
I think he's our biggest supporter.
Yes, he is.
Mr. Tyson.
Nick Tyson. Look for Nick Tyson, a.k.a. Lester Jenkins, at Indianapolis at Days of the Dead, where he's going to be promoting his new character. He's going to be hanging out at the table, helping you and I in the Monsters Among Us room. We are big supporters for everybody that does cosplay in the costume community. Nick is going to get his character out, and maybe, hopefully, one of these days, maybe he could possibly join Monsters Among Us. You never know.
And also, look for pictures here soon on both of our Facebooks. Irving and Ethel will be posting some pictures, and on Thursday, Days of the Dead, Indianapolis, before everything starts, when everybody's piling in, you may run into Irving and Ethel running around in the hallways.
For those of you that have just are new to the Nightmare Hour and what we do, Irving and Ethel are a brother and sister team. Ethel, of course, is a big Nightmare Man fan, and Irving is a big Diva of the Dead fan. And these two kids are the nerdiest bunch of individuals you could ever come across. And just like what Diva said, you may just see them Thursday at Days of the Dead, bugging everybody.
They have a lot of heart, and they are our biggest supporters.
Yes. And
you might find them showing up over the Days of the Dead weekend here in July.
Yeah, you never know. So we, during the course of our run here, look for pictures on Facebook, look for more video editions of the Nightmare Hour.
Oh yes, there are video editions.
Yeah, there will be video editions later on during the course of the the road here that you will actually get a chance to see Irving and Ethel up close and personal.
There's a video of Irving on my Facebook.
Yes, there's
Diva's #1 fan, I believe it says.
Yeah, if you guys haven't seen that video,
Kapow!
Yeah, go and check it out. If you can't find it, just hit Diva up and she'll send you the link to it.
I'll be sure to repost it up to the top of my page.
Yes, most definitely.
Ethel showed up on our first video edition, our special edition of the Nightmare Hour. When you surprised me with a video edition, I'm like, what?
Yeah, this is right out of the blue.
It's the very first video edition of us.
Speaking of video editions, we've had a lot of people text us, message us,
comments on
us that we should do more video editions. Now, I think what we're going to do is we're going to leave it up to the fans.
Right.
Go ahead and email us at nightmareman222@yahoo.com or check out, or email, not check out, but email
Diva
the Dead 6 and give us your opinion. Would you like to see us do video shows from now on, or every now and then, or we leave it up to the fans because this is what fuels us, is the fans, right? Am I right?
I think the shows are funnier when we do the video editions, because then they can see the antics that go along with the behind the scenes.
Yeah, not only now, before they could hear you eating.
Oh yeah.
Then they can actually see you eating.
Hey, but
Larry Lutz. By the way, happy birthday, Larry. We'll get to you.
Happy birthday. We'll get you a happy birthday song real soon.
Here in a bit. But Larry always comments because every time you're on the show, you are always eating something.
But guess what?
What?
I already ate today.
Yeah, you already pre-ate, so you don't have to worry about eating on the show.
That's right. I made us both egg sandwiches.
I had me a sandwich.
Yes, you did.
We had me a sandwich. So, hit us up on Facebook or the emails and tell us what you think. Would you like to see video shows from now on? Because
I think it's going to be a unanimous decision.
Well, we get a poll going here and see what happens. So all of you listeners out there, all you subscribe to the Nightmare Hour, let us know what you think. Even leave comments on the show. You can do it that way.
It's going to be warm this week, so we're going to have to finish up the Deadly Dose of Divas set so I can get my show back on the road.
Yeah, for all those of you new subscribers too, also. Diva the Dead show is Deadly Dose of Diva has been put on hiatus because we ain't kidding, folks. We do get busy at times, and then we got conventions thrown in the mix.
Yep.
And sometimes it's it's just us.
I've only done one show this year, and that was my New Year's edition.
Well,
Christmas and New Year's together.
A lot of people have commented, and they said whenever we're ready, they're patient. So when we get the thing out, they're loyal supporters. They're waiting for it. They'll wait. They know what we do as far as all the stuff that we got. Because it's just us. We don't have big production studios or people. I have to edit this show that we're doing now, So it's just you and I doing all the work. And we have to deal with... Yeah,
you have to edit it out when I'm being bad.
Yeah, that's right. And, we got other things we have to take care of here back at the ranch and everything like that. And sometimes it gets... The time, we don't have a lot of time, but we do our best, and we. Good morning.
Sorry.
Are we all awake? Would you like a drink?
You're boring me.
Oh, apparently I'm boring. Bueller. We get the show out. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Thank you, folks, and remember, keep on slashing. Okay, I'm bored. No. Nah. Okay. Now, what was I going to say? Oh yes. Pretty much what I was going to say.
I don't know. You have not told me yet.
We're going to add a new thing to the show.
Oh yes.
It's called Birthday Greetings, along with Diva's movie reviews and the Howdys, which is our version of shoutouts. Birthday greetings are going to consist of
people who've had a birthday within the
a week or two, something like that.
This show and the next show, we'll do their birthdays. But if you have someone that you want us to do a birthday greeting for during the show, just give us a holler, sometime before Thursday each week, and we will say happy birthday to them.
Yeah, email us at the emails or Facebook us. Or leave
They
a
know how to get a hold of us.
Let us know if you wanna. Let us know you want to sound a birthday greeting on the show, but you gotta send it out as soon as you can, because when we get the show done, if we ain't got your birthday greeting in time, you'll miss it, or maybe possibly get it on the next show.
And you snooze and lose.
You snooze and lose. So
that's right.
If you got a birthday greeting you want to get out somebody, send it to us, and we will get it on the show.
You did a birthday greeting this week.
I did.
A Batman birthday greeting.
Oh, it was a video for
our good friend Vlad.
For his wife Julia. She's celebrating her birthday this past week, and
right.
Unfortunately, I had some technical difficulties with the costume. As far as the costume goes, it was the mask part. I couldn't really get it on as much because I have to do some trimming because that mask was tight as it is, and I don't know. I guess I put on a little weight on my jowls.
Sweetest day. I like the Sweetest Day video when I actually gave you that mask when it was your gift. Mm-hmm. That was 2009.
Yeah. A very expensive. I'm not going to tell you the price. But it's a very expensive Batman mask. I was going to do the video part of it was me going to be in costume, but what I got to do is I got to do some little modifications on this mask as far as trimming it down a little bit in the mouth and jaw area. Because
sometimes it squishes your face and makes you look like a hungry chipmunk.
Yeah. If I put my face there, I look like I got walnuts in my mouth or something like that. But I talked to Vlad about that. He understood what was going on, so I told him, I said, down the road, as soon as I make these modifications on this mask, which would be comfortable for me to wear, I will get another video out and we'll set him up, man.
That's right.
Batman will be on the scene. So
give us a Batman voice. Where's Harvey Dent?
Where's Harvey Dent?
What is wrong with you? That's not the one I wanted. I wanted the right one.
Here's Adam West. Where are they taking them, Robin? But I don't know.
I like your Dark Knight.
That wasn't over the top, so
no,
but yeah, get us a birthday greeting out, and we'll get you set up. Horror Hound Weekend.
Psycho Diva could say happy birthday.
Yes, she can. Horror Hound Weekend.
Goodness gracious! Thank you to Jerry
Horn,
and all of our friends who helped pitch in.
Jerry Horn gave us some great support on getting us to Horror Hound. The last show we said that we didn't know for sure if we was going to make it to Horror Hound, and if we did, it was just going to be a one-day event. Fortunately, we made it. We made it on a Saturday.
And it turned into an all-night event.
Yeah, and we'll give a big howdys to some friends of ours that made our stay and our just being there possible. We had a great time. We had a wonderful time.
Diva went sort of incognito.
You brought your sash, but you didn't do your makeup, which was okay.
I didn't. We were only going to be there for part of the day, and I didn't want to travel gory, and I didn't want to bring the extra stuff because I didn't know if I would have a place to put it all on.
Yeah, because you bring when you bring your stuff, you bring a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
and we did not have a place at the time.
Not for the gore. No. There's a lot.
I threw the new Nightmare on Elm Street mask from James Eppigraph. I brought that along with me. I guess that was a big hit at Horror Hound because everybody and their brother was stopping every 5 minutes taking pictures, which I enjoyed greatly. And we ran into Deandra Lazar.
And I did some videos with you two together.
Yeah, check them out on
There's
Facebook.
some videos with you playing rock, paper, scissors with a Jason.
Yeah, it wasn't Jeff Wickenbeard. It
wasn't Wickenbeard.
This was a different Jason, and his costume looked pretty damn good, man. He was just in the hallway, and I don't know what was we was walking to go somewhere or something like that, and we were just
hanging out, and you had to go to the bathroom, and you came out of the bathroom, and he was standing there, and a bunch of people started, can we get a picture of you guys together? And then all of a sudden, I was like, I'm going to do video. You guys do something. I'm going to do video. You guys were doing all kinds of stuff.
People were just walking by and stopped. And the next thing you know, there had to be like maybe 50 people there in that hallway. So, I mean, it looked like a fire hazard.
Not only that, but we walked into the costume contest room right as the very last contestant was up on stage, and yours truly
crashed the party.
I crashed the party.
And
ended up in the top 5.
The top 5, yeah. I wasn't. Well,
There's
I wasn't.
a video of that on my Facebook.
I wasn't
too.
looking to win any awards or anything. I had forgotten all about the costume contest was going on anyhow.
And somebody's like, "Hey, there's a costume contest going on right now. Let's go."
Yeah, somebody said, "Hey, the costume. You want to get in there and do the costume?" And I said, "Oh, okay, whatever. See what's going on." And it was just finishing up, and I was like, "I'll just jump on there for the heck of it."
Yeah, we weren't going in there to win anything because we know that you ain't gonna win anything. They know us too well now.
I had a great time. Did you? If for those of you that did attend the Horror Hound, did you happen to see if you was at the costume contest? Wasn't that little girl dressed up like Jamie Lloyd on Halloween 4 in a little clown outfit?
Oh man, I forget
Wasn't
her
she?
mother's name. Her
name is
actual
Kendra,
name
isn't
is Kendra.
it?
Yes, and she's getting ready and within the next couple months she's gonna be 4 years old.
She was
either 4 or 5. I forget. I was on her mother made her a Facebook. I was on there.
And I had pictures taken with her in the lobby.
And she won the kids version of the costume contest, and they did a photo shoot of her. You should see the pictures.
I think
they're really awesome.
I think that little girl was fantastic in that costume.
Yep.
She was a treat.
But the thing about it is you would think that these kids, when they're dressed like that it's the parents' idea. I can tell you for a fact that I know that this little girl, it was her idea to make this costume happen. Because I walked into the ladies' room to take a pee, and there's a lobby section inside there. There's like a little waiting room, and there's a couch, and there's a big mirror and stuff. But I walked in to her mother was fixing her makeup and stuff, and this little girl was like, "No, Mom, you got to do this, you got to do that. I'll just do it myself." This little girl knew the part down to the T.
She was doing her homework on it.
There's pictures of her on my Facebook with you as Fred, and where she's even got the little pair of scissors and everything, and she's got the scissors up to your chin like she's gonna be killing you.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
I felt those scissors too. I thought actually my jugular was in trouble, man, because she was ready.
Oh yeah, she knew how to.
Don't get into the part, little girl. I need that throat for later.
That's one of those born horror fans right there.
Well, I'll tell you what,
if
she keeps it up, she'll go far, because
I bet you I know another one that was born that way too, and that's little Alex. Because remember when he was only 7 months old and he met you for the first time in costume, and he was trying to smooch you. He was a little baby, and he had his hand out. He wanted you to come close. He wanted to give Freddy kisses.
He might be a future Freddy. You never know.
That's right. He was very sweet.
But yeah, Horror Hound was a good time. We got there and we actually made it there without any breakdowns.
Everywhere. My dress was so sparkly, it was dropping sparkles everywhere. You had sparkles all over you. You were sparkly.
You were like some mangy cat that was shedding all over the place.
No, I'm not mangy.
We got there. What time did we get there at Horror Hound? We got there sometime after 12 or something like that. 1 or 2 or something.
It was like 2 p.m.
2 p.m. We arrived. I wasn't even in costume. We got there and we was just checking things out.
We met up with our good friend Jerry, who was doing his fabulous Elvira.
Elvira, yeah.
That's right. I just love it when he does that.
Then pretty soon walking down the hall, we ran into Tom and Margie McMullen. Excuse me, Tom and Margie McMullen. What?
Wait, you jumped ahead of me because I got something to say.
Oh, well, the floor
Jerry,
is not
a.k.a. Rodney, he has lost a ton of weight.
He set forth
on
and did
Saturday evening. He had on this black outfit, just a regular outfit. Well, she, as Jerry, had on this black outfit and this long blonde wig. And I'll tell you what, the pictures on my Facebook, he looks better than I do in the pictures. I'm like, damn, you lost a lot.
Set forth and had a goal for losing, and very proud.
Very proud.
Very proud. Did a great,
fabulous.
Fantastic. But yeah, we got there and we ran into Tom and Margie and standing in line to go into some vendor rooms and stuff like that.
Right.
We were just hitting around. We seen a lot of people.
Ran into the Midsummer Nightmares crew.
Yeah.
Ryan and Corey and Sean and Liz and
DJ Trey was there. We ran into him.
We ran into Kitty Zombie.
Kitty Zombie was there. We didn't get a chance to do our patty cake because when he was in costume, I was out. When I was in costume, he was out. So
that's right.
Well, we'll get it together another
Should
time.
we announce the new happenings for the wedding?
Well, not yet because we're not done talking about Horror Hound yet.
Yeah, but we were talking
now
about Kitty Zombie.
You're getting ahead of yourself.
I know, but I'm excited because Kitty's going to be in the wedding.
You're just going to have to wait one thing at a time.
I'm bouncing.
One thing at a time. Don't get.
And yes, folks, I feel so much better. It's been 3.5, almost 4 weeks since I got sick. I still keep once in a while coughing up some crap out of my chest, but for the most part, I am all better.
Physically, not mentally.
And somebody commented on my Facebook and said that I got him sick over the Horror Hound weekend. I'm like, sorry, but I didn't get you sick because I had already been on antibiotics for like 5 days, and I hadn't had a fever in like 4 days. So whoever got sick over Horror Hound weekend cannot blame Diva, because I was not contagious.
Well, do the math. The weather has changed.
That's right.
Very.
Well, I heard it in some other people's voices too. Other people were sick too.
So the disease is spreading.
Yeah, I was still sick.
So you started it all too. See, with your zombie virus and shit.
No, somebody in Atlanta handed me down the con crud, but anybody who got con crud from Horror Hound Weekend did not get it from Diva.
It's infectious, so it's all your fault.
That's right.
But let's see.
We're all infected.
Yeah, we're all infected. We're all infected. And, let's see, during the course, we ran into Deandra and her father.
That's right.
We had some pictures taken.
A.K.A. Nancy.
Nancy. Very, very wonderful Nancy Thompson cosplayer. Check her out on Facebook.
She'll be there for Days of the Dead weekend,
she'll
also
be there.
July.
Let's see, who else did we run into at Horror Hound?
Larry Lutz.
Oh, of course, Larry. Big Larry was there.
DJ Trey was there. Amber Decker was there.
There was only two of the Monsters Among Us guys that was there for that.
Jerry Dana was there, and we hung out with her quite a bit. And she actually let you use her room, and that's where you got changed. You come out of the bathroom dressed as Fred and scared the two kids.
No, there's no way to do it.
By the way, speaking of scaring kids, you scared the bejesus out of that little girl that looked like she was like 9 years old. I mean, she was literally... she was crying her eyes out. She had on that purple sweater, and I took pictures of her, but I could only get pictures of her back. And the next morning, we actually ran into her parents and her. Mm-hmm. And she still didn't want to get near you, even though you were out of costume, because you scared her that bad.
Well,
you bad man.
When I was in Fred mode, they were standing in line, and I think this was the line that for Norman Reedus.
Yeah, it was the line for Norman Reedus, and you were standing there. And
no, I was walking by them.
I know, but then you stopped because the adults that were with this child were saying something to you, and they wanted to get pictures. And you was talking as Fred, and you scared the crap out of this girl.
No, the parents didn't seem to mind because they was laughing at me while I was doing it.
I know, and you tried to make it all better by saying something to her in your normal William Adams voice, and she still didn't want nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
Not a thing.
That's a little thing.
If I could have got that on video, oh my goodness, that would have been funny.
Yeah, like I said, Sunday morning we were back in the main lobby, and we did run into him, and we had pictures with him again, and she was she was still a little leery about me. I said, my God, I look that scary out of costume too.
We also ran into Becky from Face Off.
Yeah.
She is a very, very nice girl.
There was like, how many people were there from Face Off? I think it was like 3 or 4, maybe.
I only got to run into Becky. I didn't get to run into the rest of them because we were roaming the halls so much. We didn't even go into any of the vendors' rooms. No, nothing. We only walked the hallways. That's the first time I've gone to a convention and not got to see the convention.
Well, no, I take that back. Your memory serves you wrong. We did go through parts of the vendors' room, but it was
looking for somebody, but we weren't actually.
not we normally do our shopping or indoor our browsing or anything. We just in and out, but mostly we stayed at. And
I take that back. When we went to Days of the Dead. Atlanta, and we were part of the show for the first time. I didn't get to experience the convention at all that weekend because I didn't get to go into any of the rooms except for the Walking Dead room, where I went in there and all of the people that were there from The Walking Dead, I got to get autographs on my sash, and Melissa Cowan had came into our Monsters Among Us room and hung out with her family and her boyfriend, and that was awesome.
There was a lot of Dawn of the Dead zombies and actors there at Horror Hound weekend. I didn't get a chance to go up because I think where they were at, the majority of them was like right across from Sean and Ryan's table, Midsummer Nightmares. I think they were all lined up against there. And every time I would go up and talk to Ryan, and we helped at his table.
Right.
And
we were at the table,
every now and then
which happened to be right beside Kitty Zombie's table.
Yeah. Every now and then I looked across the way so I could see if I could recognize anybody. But when we got a chance to do that, 1 minute to the next, we was on the run and had to go some other places. So, but yeah, we had a great time. What else did we do at Horror Hound?
Basically, just hang out with friends.
Yeah,
my goodness, I could not keep you out of that dance room.
I
love the way they had that decorated with there was a great big moon in the middle and there were stars all over the place. It was neat.
That was cool. That was a neat hangout spot. That was great. And I ran into Tyler Maine too. He was there.
Yeah, you did run into Tyler Maine. You got a picture with him again.
He was. I think he was by his table in that one hallway. I think that's where he was. They had him at, and he was standing there, and I said, "Hey, Tyler!" And he looked at me and said, "Hey, what the fuck you doing?" And I said, "Oh, wait, I knew you was on the docket, man, so I thought I'd come up and say howdy to you." And he says, "Good thing you got your hat on backwards." So
yeah, you had to get another picture. That's funny that you two have the same exact hat.
That's cool. It's cool. Tyler is...
Every time we go to a convention, now you wear that hat.
Yeah, Tyler.
Damn it.
Tyler.
No, actually, it's my favorite one of yours.
Tyler's one hell of a guy, man. He's a great dude to party with. So yeah. What else did we do? I'm trying to think of what else we did at Horror Hound.
We hung out with Steve Vessel.
Steve Vessel.
I love his hat. His hat is awesome.
I should have had him to turn around backwards. That way he would have been on the Nightmare Man Tyler Maine backwards hat fan club.
And you know what? I walked around that convention for several hours in my 6-inch heels, and I was fine. The only problem that I have when I wear those shoes is when we stand still. Then they start to dig in and hurt.
Yeah,
so we did a lot of standing still, so I decided that I was going to ditch the shoes, and I went and I put them in the car, which was a mistake because my feet are so used to wearing heels and that sort of stuff. When I wear anything flat, it makes my feet hurt worse than if I have heels on.
Right.
So I just ran around in my stocking feet. I had my ripped up stockings on. Mm-hmm. And by the time 6 o'clock in the morning was there, I could barely stand on my feet. And you had already given me 2 foot massages that late morning. But Steve Vessel, he was getting ready to go to his room, which was across the parking lot from the actual convention. And he's like, "Hey, if you guys want to come and crash, you're going to probably have the floor, but come and crash." And so we did.
Yeah, we
walked along with him. And I'll tell you what, it was only a 5-minute walk. And I'll tell you what, it felt like an hour because my feet hurt that bad from running around barefooted.
You'll have to get some tennis shoes next time.
No, not tennis shoes. I'll have to just not climb out of my good shoes.
But no, we had a great time at Horror Hound, and we thank everybody. We ran up to Philip
and Maji.
We ran into all them guys, and it was just like when we got there, it's like the whole swarm of them knew we was there, and we just had one hell of a good time.
You could go through that. We were walking around on Sunday morning, and I could tell you every chair that I had sat in. Oh, that's another person reminded me of sitting on something. Sienna.
Sal Lizard.
Yeah. He had me. You took the pictures.
He's a dirty old man.
He is. There's 2 pictures of me on Facebook that you took.
God love him, man.
One of them, Sal. He had me leaning over his lap like he was going to give me a spanking, and he took pictures that way. And then the other one, I thought that because he had me sitting on his lap, and I thought that we were just taking a sweet picture. But when
for him it was.
Yeah, because when I put that picture on Facebook, and then I was looking through my pictures after I put them on Facebook, and I seen that picture, I'm like, well, Mr. Sal Lizard's trying to bite my boobie.
Ho, 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 ha.
Sasha. We ran into Sasha and Billy.
Sasha and Billy, yeah. Sasha Mullins.
And Billy Renner.
God
Sasha, my goodness, she should be in movies. That is one beautiful girl right there.
She's one classy lady, that's for sure.
Is.
That is for sure. Yes, she is.
She plays a very good Marilyn Monroe.
You was getting ready to say Marilyn Manson, weren't
you? No, I was not going to say Marilyn Manson.
No,
there was somebody else we ran into. But anyway, like I was saying, and I got a little ahead of myself. Every chair that I sat in that hall, in that big main hallway when you came in you could see where I sat because my sparkles were everywhere.
Sparkled. You was like
my chair in the car.
Made you catch. You shedding all over.
My seat in the car is still polluted with sparkles. I had to put a blanket down because the one day I wore black pants and I didn't want to have them sparkly.
And then we had, I don't know, I think it was Larry that came up and said, "Hey man, you're sparkling."
Yeah, he said that to you.
Then I looked at you with a mean look, and I wonder why.
But the reason why your face was sparkly is because when we got to Steve Vessler's room, there was so many people in there. We had 2 cushions that they had took off of the hide-a-bed couch. And I laid them down, and I sat up because I didn't want to lay down because my legs were twitching with my restless leg. But my legs were twitching so bad that I just had you with your head on my leg, and you weren't laying on anything other than just my dress, and that made the sparkles rub off onto your face. And of course, when I started to tell that story, Mr. Larry Lutz went perverted all on it with your head on my lap kind of thing, but nothing perverted happened.
No, we'll hang anywhere. I even told him, I said, I'll hang upside down in the closet if I have to.
You laid there snoring. You were waking people up. I had to keep nudging you to stop snoring.
Oh, God.
I didn't sleep that night, though.
Well, that's fine. We couldn't. We didn't get to sleep till what?
It was 6:30 when we got to Steve's room.
God, we used to stay up on. We should have just went in the main lobby and there was a couch.
And then half an hour after we got there, someone left the room, which actually had the hide-a-bed. So we went over there and curled up on the hide-a-bed, and you actually got to lay down.
You bet your.
And I was Facebooking, and I was talking to, I don't know who the person's name is, because it was dark and we were just sitting there talking together about stuff that we had done and stuff. And we also talked about Dexter, Michael C. Hall, is that? Yeah, Michael C. Hall. Yeah. We were talking about him, and actually he was telling me something that I did not know about Mr. Dexter. He has, for 4 years, been fighting cancer.
Leukemia.
Yep.
Yeah, I did not know
and I did not know that. That's why he wears that hat all the time, because to cover up the hair loss. Mm-hmm. And he said that he actually either lives close to or lived close to Michael, like on the same block kind of thing. We used to see him and talk to him all the time, and that's how he found that out.
That's cool.
And he said that this guy, the character that he plays on Dexter, is exactly how he is in real life. He's actually that mundane, and he doesn't show facial expressions, and he talks just like that.
That'd be spooky
on a normal, everyday basis.
You got living next to Dexter, man.
I would love to live next to Dexter.
Just make sure that you are a good person and do not murder people, or you will be floating in the water.
Mr. Freddy Krueger, you'd be on the first part of his list.
I'd be laying down on his kill table.
That's right.
But speaking of Dexter...
you did portray him.
Days of the Dead in Indianapolis, Indiana. We're going to be bringing Dexter back.
Because he had a good hit in Atlanta.
Yeah, so Monsters Among Us is now on its way.
What is that?
We're going to kick it up. And Dexter is going to be on the docket as far as my costumes, along with Fred and Nightmare. We're ready to go for that. We got how many days?
96 days until the weekend.
96 days until Days of the Dead. So if you guys have not got your tickets and you haven't got plans yet to get going with you there, you better go. Because it's going to be a wing-dang doodle. Family and friends have been in contact with us right now. We're making preparations to get things going. So... get your tickets now, kids. They're adding more guests.
That's right.
As they come along, so keep posted to daysofthedead.net and Facebooks, and you'll be informed of everything that's going on as far as that goes.
Yep. And not only that, but on my Facebook, I did take a picture of we assembled our wedding arch. It's made of cardboard, but we assembled our wedding arch to see how big it actually was. And it's actually pretty big, but at Days of the Dead, for the whole weekend, we're going to have that between our tables or behind one of our tables, and people can take a picture with us.
Yeah, I think we're going to have something set up where you can take a pictures of the bride and groom. When we work out the details, we'll post them on Facebook, of course.
We don't even know the details yet of which day we're getting married, our time. Because
a lot of people have been asking us about that, and please be patient with us because
Days of the Dead has to let us know what works for them.
As soon as we know, you'll know.
That's right.
Because they got a lot of planning to do too, just like we are. But we won't leave you out in the cold. We will keep you informed. Just like I said, please be patient with us.
And thank God for Facebook, because when we actually do get to make our wedding invitations, we won't have to mail them, most of them, because most of the people we know that we're going to invite is on Facebook.
Save us a stamp. Hey, speaking of Days of the Dead, if you guys haven't had a chance, go on YouTube and check out the trailer for Hard On with a Shotgun.
Oh my God, that trailer's so funny.
With our good friend Jerry Convention. That's his name on Facebook.
And Mark Patton.
He is dressed as a giant penis. You have probably seen him at the first Days of the Dead convention, and he was at Atlanta. Jerry, we love him, man.
He's a hell of a guy.
He is one hell. And I just stumbled upon the trailer. I was trying to find this information that they did a short thing there at Days of the Dead, and Mark Patton was involved in it. Mark Patton,
it involved a bed.
But
Mark Patton actually tries to scream and ends up laughing.
But
outtakes.
They got outtakes too. So check that out.
Those are funny.
Just I would say just type in Hard On with a Shotgun, and I'm sure outtakes, and they'll get it to you. But I just stumbled upon them today, as a matter of fact. Oh, it's funnier than hell. All get out. So Jerry's going to be there, a.k.a. Peter Man. So check him out. Excuse me, I burped.
Oopsie.
That was that egg sandwich.
I bet it didn't taste good the second time.
Well, I don't know. But anyway,
what do you mean you don't know? It's your mouth.
But check him out. He's going to be there. And hopefully this time around we won't have to be bothered by a fire alarm. I think somebody should dress up like a fire alarm, like one of the little red boxes, and walk around there. That'd be funny.
You know what I seen on, I don't know whose Facebook I was looking at, and then it went to somebody else's Facebook, and I was looking at pictures, and then there was another picture that I looked at, and it was somebody that does costumes and stuff, and I think it had to do with the Monster Man thingy that we watch, Making Monsters or whatever.
Cleve Hall.
Yeah, I think I was on his page, and I was looking at something that he did. Yeah, he made this costume for somebody, and you know what the costume was? Thing. It was a giant freaking hand.
Thing from the Addams Family.
Yes, the person was. Oh, you were thinking of the other Thing.
The Thing, from John Carpenter.
Not the Thing.
The Thing. Just Thing.
Just Thing.
A giant hand.
Yes, and this thing was as tall as these towers.
This Thing.
And all you can see is the person's little feet at the bottom. But that would have been cool to see that walking around.
So it was just a hand. It didn't have like the box, the hand.
No, not the box. Thing. Just the hand. The hand was walking around. You could see it at this some kind of convention or something. You can see it walking around.
When you get creative, man, when you get the creative juices flowing, create something that works. And
they made a pretty badass werewolf on the one show.
Oh yeah,
on this very last show, it was about creatures. They made a spider and another kind of bug. A cockroach.
Giant mutated ant or something like that.
Yeah.
But check that out on Sci-Fi, Monster Man. Yeah, he just Cleve Hall. He works.
This is Sunday, and tonight on I don't know what channel it is. There's
Why did your face slouch down when you said that? Like you got.
I know. Something just takes over sometimes.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is.
Something just takes over sometimes is an understatement.
No. But guess what?
What?
Guess what's on tonight on TV?
Well, it ain't The Walking Dead. We gotta wait till fall to premiere for that.
Now I'm gonna have to go to his page to remember what it's called. Douglas Tate is in what's the show that I told you? What is it?
I don't know.
Where's
Diva?
your Facebook at?
Don't worry about it.
I want to know what it's called. I forget.
I don't know.
I gotta.
You'll post it on Facebook.
You keep talking. I'm with my Facebook. I have to find it.
I was gonna say you just. We can give them the information later. And there she goes. Right over there. Right over there in her own perch. She's gonna find this information out real quick. Then we'll get to you. So in the meantime, you can just listen to me rattle on.
Breakout Kings.
Okay, Breakout Kings. And what is that, my dear Diva?
It is going to be on tonight.
Hello.
I gotta tell you, it's going to...
Oh, jeez.
It's on A&E.
A&E, folks. Watch The Breakout Kings.
Yes.
I guess Douglas Tate will be on there.
Will be on there tonight.
Well, I guess I know what we'll be watching on TV tonight.
That's right.
Gotta watch your Douglas. If you're done drooling over your computer,
what time it was going to be on.
If you're done drooling over your computer, drooling. Can you get back
over?
Oh my God,
he is
one
good-looking man.
Oh, here we go.
Oh my goodness, he really does it for me, doesn't he?
I guess he does.
But you do too.
Thank you.
And speaking of slimming, you've done your own slimming lately.
I'm trim and slim, and I'm getting there, man. I look like a prima donna, and that's
there
full
for a
of
while.
shit
You
right
were looking
there.
like a chubby Batman, but now you're slimming down.
Thank
but
you very
you're
much
looking
for
great.
that. Thank you very much for that vivid description. A chubby Batman.
You said it yourself when you were trying on your Batman the one day. You're like, I gotta lose some weight, or we're gonna have to make an adjustment to this utility belt.
Like Adam West Batman, but
yeah. But no, your belly has almost totally disappeared. You don't have man boobs no more or nothing.
Thank you.
No, don't take it bad.
And without further ado, and now it's time for Diva's movie reviews. We watched some interesting shows. We rented one and we didn't even watch.
Not yet.
Which really kind of sort of threw us off. I don't know if you want to watch it again. That's up to you.
No.
But
that was The Vanguard.
But here she is with Diva's movie reviews.
That's right. And The Vanguard. It's supposed to be a movie about zombies, and it is definitely not a good movie. We watched 30 minutes of it, if that, and it was killing me. I was like, this movie gets better. And it wasn't.
It was some type of a zombie movie or something?
Yes, it was supposed to be zombie.
These zombies one zombie was fighting another zombie, and they were running faster than the ones you seen at the remake of Dawn of the Dead.
They were running, man.
These guys didn't look good. I mean, as far as zombies go, and I've never seen a zombie fight another zombie unless, of course, they were fighting over some guts and stuff.
Yeah, enough about that movie. Don't go see it, or don't rent it, because this was in the $2 for $1 section.
And there's a good place for it.
Yeah, and it needs to be just gone. Anyway, and we also rented A Darker Reality.
Daniel Baldwin was in that.
As the bad guy, of course. He's a Baldwin. He's got to play the bad guy.
The guy was mental, man. Kidnapping these women and torturing them and shit. Mm-hmm. That was weird.
I liked that movie. You know what that movie kind of reminded me of? Hostel.
Kind of, sort of. Yeah.
Yeah.
In a way, yeah.
And you know what? These kind of movies, I really liked the movie because it showed lots of gore and stuff, and it went places a lot of other horror movies don't go with, as far as sometimes they have a limit on what they will do on screen and stuff. This movie doesn't. Mm-hmm. It doesn't at all. You see everything going on.
It was a weird psychotic trip into the mentally.
This guy said that his very first victim was his grandmother. Yeah, he just had a hatred for women for some reason.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. You watch it and you'll understand.
I know you didn't care for it, but I did.
I don't know.
I like the more gory stuff like that and things that take you places where some other movies won't take you.
Well, this definitely would take you to.
But actually, my favorite kind of movie is the more weird, if you will say, like Paranormal Activity and other movies who like Insidious. Yeah, movies like that are more creepy, other than showing you horror. I like the creepy kind.
And then when we got all done with the
Darker Reality,
that was the name of the movie, right?
Yeah.
You went to a more lighter side of the.
Not yet. That was the last movie that we watched. The next to last movie that we watched was a movie called Get Low.
Oh, that's right, Get Low.
Yes.
I love that movie.
That movie is good, and we actually seen the previews of that while we were watching something else.
Robert Duvall, Bill Murray. The story was
we were watching Nowhere Boy, and it was showing the previews.
Yeah, we already. Yeah, I was watching Nowhere Boy, John Lennon story, and then we seen the previews of this movie, so we went out and got it.
That's right. We called the video store, said, "Do you have it?" And we went and got it, and we got a few other things to go with it.
Yeah, Get Low with Robert Duvall is a hermit that I think this was set back in the 1930s.
Something like that. But the term "get low," he made this term, and that's his term for when you die, you get low.
Get Low.
Yeah.
He wanted to have a pre-funeral before he dies to tell his side of a story that happened, something that happened to him a long time ago. So he went to Bill Murray, was the funeral director. And
I know.
Everything set up.
And he was the normal Bill Murray.
Yeah, I love Bill Murray. Bill Murray is the shit, man. I love it. It's an incredible Cinderella story. It is unknown. Come out of nowhere. Delete the pie. Caddyshack. I had to do my Bill Murray impersonation of that. But I won't give away too much. We won't give away too much of the movie, but yeah, I would suggest go rent that one.
It's a slow story. There's a lot of things to learn in the story, and there's a lot of dialogue. But the movie is very good. I loved it.
And then this one here, good and God Almighty!
I'm a kid in a big person's body. I had to get this movie, and when you was like, "What all other movies did you get?" We walked in the door, and I had all these movies in my hand. You was like, "What else did you get?" That's a lot of movies, and I'm like, "This, that, and the other," and then I was like, "Tintin, Adventures of Tintin." I loved it.
I remember seeing Tintin on a cartoon a long time ago. I think it was on Nickelodeon or something like that. But this was digitally computer-generated characters in this movie, which looked cool.
Good.
Looked cool. And I'd mentioned you
and
something.
His dog Snowy.
I'd mentioned you something. I ought to do a movie like this with Batman and that computer-generated stuff like that too.
But this specific adventure for Tintin is he was somewhere where they had these people with their stands outside, and he happened upon this awesome looking sail ship
called the Unicorn.
Yes, the Unicorn. And come to find out through the story that there's actually 3 of these made, and there's this secret treasure hidden inside each one of them, which happens to be a scroll, and inside the scroll is
a map or something.
No, they're clues.
Or clues.
Clues to this hidden treasure that happened years and years ago on the pirate crap and stuff. And
so, along with a drunken captain that looked like a Walter Matthau.
I'll tell about the policemen.
Oh, don't
these policemen,
Thompson, or whatever the hell their names are.
These policemen
are mentally challenged.
Look like what's his name? I'll gladly pay you Tuesday for a ham, but not
like
today.
A double wimpy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they were equally as dumb.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I mean, there's a pickpocket throughout the movie.
They couldn't catch a cold, more or less, a criminal.
I know, right? There's a pickpocket throughout the movie, and they're trying to follow clues to find this Tintin that disappeared. And they happen upon this pickpocket's apartment. And they walk in, and there's wallets everywhere. I mean, there's shelves and shelves and shelves of wallets.
Including
bears. They are clueless. They're, we're following clues, trying to find this pickpocket walking around and stuff. And this guy is sitting there, like, literally admitting that it's him.
Basically,
and you caught me and all this stuff. And they still did not catch him. Because they were so stupid.
Yeah, exactly.
But the movie has a lot of funny stuff.
But if you're a big fan of that character Tintin, go rent it.
I liked it.
It's pretty
I'll
cool.
probably own this movie.
It's pretty cool. And now it's time for the Howdys. A big howdy going out to Jason Adams from Dark Patch Studios. We're going to get in touch with him later on and do some business with him. We're going to be seeing him at Days of the Dead in Indianapolis. We're going to be promoting stuff for him, and he's going to be promoting stuff for us. Big things are going to be happening with Jason and us. Big howdy going out to him. A big howdy going out to Tara and Caleb Nelson.
That's right.
Tara is my niece. They just recently got married, like last year.
Last year, yes.
Last year. But they are celebrating 7 years of actually being together.
Yes, they met and started to get together on April Fool's even.
Wow, ain't that something?
Yep.
Big howdy going out to them, and I hope many...
And congratulations to the 7 years, and it's going to be a lifetime more.
And hope another 7 years to come.
And provided we can get the date correct and everything, they might be at our wedding.
Yeah, they're planning on attending, but they just, like I said, we've been talking with them. We'll let you know when it is when we know. But they'll be
She's
be
such
coming.
a pretty girl.
Yeah, that's.
I really like her.
They're good kids. Big howdy going out to Behind the Mask podcast. If you don't know who these guys are, we met them at Horror Hound for the first time. Check them out on YouTube. They got their podcast going on there. We subscribe to them, and they subscribe to us. So check them out. They did some reviews on Horror Hound Weekend, as a matter of fact. So buzz on over there and subscribe to them and listen to their shows, man. They're good people. Of course, big howdy going out to Steve Vessel for putting us up for that weekend.
Yes.
Because if you would have been awful funny, we'd be sleeping on the sidewalk somewhere like a couple of bums or something like that.
Yeah.
But
and a big howdy going out to the Nightmare or the Midsummer Nightmares crew.
Yep, Midsummer Nightmares crew. We had the good fortune of hanging out with them that weekend and helping promote their movie and everything. And we actually got a chance to sit at their booth and we had a good time.
Our good friend Ryan Stacy, he's the one that set it all up, and he's the reason why we ended up in the Midsummer Nightmares movie.
That is true.
Too many nightmares in these things that we say and do.
Nightmare this and nightmare that.
Get these nightmares mixed up.
And big shout out, or big howdy. I keep saying shout out, but it'd be howdies. I just changed it to shout out.
Shout out was the other show that you used to do.
Big howdy going out to Jerry Convention, a.k.a. Peter Mann. Like I said, we love that. We love that trailer. We're going to see Jerry at Days of the Dead in Indianapolis, and we can't wait to check him out.
Of course, we have to give a shout out to Miss Deandra Laser.
Yep, Deandra Laser and her father for showing up there, and we had a great time. We always have a great time with them guys. They're good people. And last but not least, a big howdy going out to Jerry Horn, a.k.a. Rodney, for whom that would not be possible for us to get the Horror Hound if it wasn't for...
And Gina.
For all the kind pulling strings to make our appearance possible. So
I can't go to a convention without biting someone, can I?
Bite this. Oh,
hey.
It's a good thing it wasn't video this time, huh? Oh!
You're funny.
We was like, tune into that one, baby.
Miss Gina Cummings, I think is her last name. Tiny little blonde-headed little firecracker. She asked for it though. She wanted to take a picture with me, and every time she takes a picture with me, she's like, "Bite me," because I'm a zombie, right? So she always wants me to bite her. And this time, I grabbed her by the back of the head, and I yanked her head backward, and I gave her a big bite on the neck.
Ask and you shall receive.
She did. She asked for it, and I was like, "Don't ask for it if you don't want." I almost knocked her down.
That's right.
The zombie attack.
Exactly.
We baked you a birthday cake. If you get a tummy ache and you moan and groan and woe, don't forget we told you so. Happy birthday! Happy birthday!
A big happy birthday going out to Larry Lutz, celebrating 41 years of being on this planet.
His 41st birthday,
41st, April 1st. So a big happy birthday going out to him. And like I said, kids, if you want to get happy birthdays going out to everybody, please email us at nightmareman222 or Diva the Dead 6, and we'll gladly get you out a happy birthday. And with that, here we go, Larry. This one's for you, buddy. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Looney Loo. Wolfman.
Happy birthday to you.
Make a wish and blow out the candles. Well, that's going to do it for this session of the Nightmare Hour. I've been your host, the Nightmare Man, alongside with me, with Princess Diva the Dead.
Hello.
And remember,
this is not the last episode.
This is not the last episode. Happy April Fools, everybody, and keep on a slashing, baby.
And that's all, folks.